The only exception was, as he was able to teach, and he didn't do preaching in those contexts, but as he was able to teach, he did it as a friend. And not as a person that held himself off and distanced from them and said, I'm better than you. But rather, he met them on their own level. So to proclaim Jesus as Lord, although it happens within the context of worship on Sunday mornings, if it is really to be effective in the Word, it happens to happen at the lowest denominator where we live. In our homes, in our families, and with our friends. You know, for guys, we have no trouble talking about basketball, football, or NASCAR, right? Interesting thing, though, if you start to bring up religion, sometimes that kind of shuts it off like cutting off a water on a stick. And it is curious. And maybe it's because that our religious beliefs, we don't live as much anymore. Because we don't live it so much, we don't feel comfortable with them. It's not just a privacy thing. We can say, well, those ideas and feelings are private. Perhaps the reason that they're private is that they're not that deep. And we're fearful that to explore it will reveal something of ourselves that we want to keep hidden. That while we may talk a good line, that our inner experiences of God and of Christ are really fairly shallow. And we don't want to betray that to the public. Because then they'll find out, they'll see us really as we are. Not who we portray ourselves to be. Preaching Jesus Christ as Lord from Paul's perspective means that you do it with the understanding that you walk with Jesus, and to walk with Jesus is to understand suffering. Paul was not a used car salesman. It wasn't a 2-for-1 sale. If you believe in Jesus this week, we will offer you $5,000 a new Cadillac. That would be nice. Especially those large Cadillacs with those big fins on the back. No, for Paul only preached what? He preached Lord Jesus crucified. He preached the understanding of suffering. He recognized in that preaching that life will not always be something that will be fulfilling. That we will have tragedy. That we will live in the valleys. That we will have physical ailments that sometimes will come close to where we think we're going to die. We will be in family relationships or friendships with our friends that will be totally fractured. And we're hurting deep inside.